Have you ever walked into a room, stood there for a second, and completely forgotten why you even came in? Or maybe you've been so deep into scrolling through your phone, editing a playlist or gaming, that you look up and realize, wow, 3 hours just disappeared? If that sounds familiar, you're definitely not alone. Today, we're diving into something that affects millions of people but is still so misunderstood. ADHD. And no, it's not just about kids who can't sit still in class. It's about real, everyday experiences. Losing track of conversations, struggling to stay organized, acting before thinking, or feeling like your emotions can flip faster than a light switch. Before we get started, let me say this. I'm not here to diagnose anyone. This video is for education and awareness only. If anything here really resonates with you and you're concerned, please reach out to a qualified professional. So grab a coffee, get comfortable, and let's walk through 6 signs of ADHD that might just change how you see yourself or someone you love. 1. Inattentiveness. Imagine you're sitting in class or in a work meeting, nodding along, trying to stay engaged. But halfway through, you realize you haven't absorbed a single thing. Your mind drifted off to what you'll have for dinner, or a random memory from years ago. That sudden mental detour, that's inattentiveness. For people with ADHD, it's not about being careless or lazy. It's like your brain has its own remote control and keeps switching the channel when you least expect it. Tasks that require focus, like reading long emails or finishing paperwork, can feel almost impossible to complete without constant redirection. The frustrating part is that loved ones, teachers, or even coworkers may misinterpret this as not trying hard enough. But in reality, it's a wiring difference. To cope, many people use external reminders, sticky notes, alarms, or habit apps to act as extra memory storage. And while it doesn't make the inattentiveness disappear, it helps create a safety net, so fewer important details slip through the cracks. The key is recognizing this pattern and knowing it's not a flaw in character, but part of how the ADHD brain functions. 2. Hyperfocus. Now let's flip the script. People often think ADHD means constant distraction, but here's the irony. Sometimes the opposite happens. It's called hyperfocus, and it can be just as tricky. Picture sitting down to play a video game for 20 minutes. Next time you look at the clock, it's 4 hours later, the sun has set, and you forgot to eat. Hyperfocus feels incredible. You're completely absorbed, ideas flow effortlessly, and the world melts away. The problem? It can hijack your time and priorities. Maybe you nail one project at work, but 3 other tasks sit untouched. Unlike the healthy state of flow, hyperfocus often ignores balance. It's like falling into a tunnel with no exit sign. For those with ADHD, learning to set alarms, asking a friend to interrupt you after a set time, or even using digital blockers can help snap you back to reality. Hyperfocus isn't all bad. It can be a superpower when channeled into creative or productive outlets, but without awareness, it can leave you burned out and scrambling to catch up on the rest of life. 3. Impulsivity. We've all made quick decisions before, but impulsivity in ADHD can feel like there's no buffer between thought and action. One second you're in a conversation, the next you're blurting out something you didn't mean to share, or you're shopping online, and without checking your budget, you've hit purchase. Later, regret creeps in. For people with ADHD, it's as though their internal pause button is missing. This impulsivity can show up in different ways: interrupting others, rushing through tasks with errors, or even taking risks without thinking them through. It doesn't mean someone with ADHD is reckless or inconsiderate. It means their brain processes urges differently. And while impulsivity can lead to exciting spontaneity, it can also cause friction in relationships and challenges at work. A useful strategy is learning to create tiny pauses, like counting to 3 before speaking, or writing down an idea before acting on it. Even small speed bumps can give the brain enough time to catch up with the heart. 4. Disorganization. Let's talk about clutter. On your desk, in your calendar, or even in your mind. Disorganization is one of the hallmark struggles of ADHD. It's not that people with ADHD don't care about order. It's that their executive functioning, the brain's management system, struggles with keeping things lined up. That can mean forgetting appointments, losing track of bills, or juggling multiple projects that never seem to get finished. And while some people thrive in a little chaos, constant disorganization can take a real toll on confidence and relationships. Imagine promising to call a friend, forgetting, and then beating yourself up for days. Or walking into a room and feeling overwhelmed by where to start. These patterns often look like lack of discipline to outsiders, but in reality, discipline isn't the missing ingredient. Structure is. Tools like color-coded folders, checklists, or digital task apps can provide that scaffolding the ADHD brain craves. Even something as simple as setting aside 5 minutes daily to reset your space can create momentum. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. 5. Mood swings and irritability. ADHD isn't only about focus, it's about emotions too. Imagine waking up in a great mood, then a small frustration, like spilling coffee, sends you into a spiral. Or you're laughing one minute and snapping at someone the next. For people with ADHD, emotions can feel like a roller coaster without brakes. This isn't about being too sensitive. It's connected to how the ADHD brain regulates dopamine and stress. Those sudden highs and lows can strain relationships, leaving friends and family confused or hurt. And for the person experiencing it, the shame can be overwhelming. Why can't I just stay calm like everyone else? Recognizing that mood swings are part of ADHD, not a moral failing, can bring relief. Coping strategies help too. Journaling to track triggers, sticking to consistent routines, or taking short breaks when irritability spikes. Even small rituals like a 5-minute walk outside or deep breathing exercises can give the emotional storm time to pass. With awareness and practice, the intensity can be managed, and the waves feel less crushing. 6. Lack of motivation. Here's a tough one. People with ADHD often get accused of being lazy, when the truth is so much more complicated. Motivation for them isn't about willpower, it's about activation. Starting a task can feel like trying to move a car with no gas. You know the deadline is coming, you care about the outcome, but your brain refuses to hit the go button. Hours slip by as the guilt builds. This lack of motivation isn't a choice. It's how the ADHD brain processes reward and urgency. The trick? Break tasks into ridiculously small steps. Instead of writing a whole essay, just start with one sentence. Instead of cleaning the entire kitchen, wash one plate. Those tiny wins create momentum, like jump-starting a stalled engine. Another helpful practice is keeping a win list, a record of times you did push through and succeed. On hard days, reading it reminds you that you can follow through. Motivation may not always come easily, but building systems around it makes progress possible. One small action at a time. When you step back and look at these 6 signs together, being inattentive, getting stuck in hyperfocus, acting impulsively, feeling disorganized, riding emotional ups and downs, and struggling with motivation, you see a bigger picture. ADHD is not about being broken, lazy, or careless. It's about living with a brain that processes the world differently. And yes, that difference can be frustrating, exhausting, even heartbreaking at times. But it also means there's potential for creativity, resilience, and unique ways of solving problems that others might overlook. If any of this resonated with you, maybe you're recognizing patterns in yourself or someone close to you. The most important thing to remember is, you're not alone. Millions of people around the world live with ADHD, and many of them have found strategies, communities, and professional support that make life not only manageable, but meaningful. ADHD doesn't define your worth, and it doesn't erase your strengths. In fact, learning about it can help you unlock parts of yourself you never gave credit to. So, if you've ever felt misunderstood, or if you've blamed yourself for struggles that feel invisible to others, let this be a reminder. Your challenges are real, your feelings are valid, and your story is still being written. The first step is understanding, and today, you've already taken that step. If you found this video helpful, take a second to hit the like button. It really helps the channel grow and reach more people who might need this message. And if you know someone who might relate, share this video with them. You never know whose life you could make a little lighter by passing it along. I'd love to hear from you too. Drop a comment below and let me know. Which of these 6 signs hit closest to home for you? Or maybe you've developed your own strategies that work. Sharing them could inspire someone else who's struggling right now. And of course, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss future videos. We're building a space here for honest conversations about mental health, self-discovery, and growth. If today's topic spoke to you, you'll definitely want to stick around for what's next.